Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and we got the 2002 Road Glide here up, and we're working on. We got the seat off, of course, obviously, and then we're taking we got the battery out. We're gonna put a different one in, and then we're gonna work on seeing if we can get this thing running. So we just kind of like opened up. This is where the fuel goes. So we're gonna just open this up, and we opened this up, and the fuel does not smell varnishy. Like, it doesn't smell like it should, like, for being sitting for like 8 years. So I can't really explain that situation, but we're gonna still, look into some stuff, take out the gas that's in there, maybe clean it up a little bit, and put some fresh in, of course. Some of the other things that we ended up, I don't know what the deal was here with these grips, but the original grips were starting to decompose or whatever. So we wrapped them with tape for right now so we can work on moving it around without getting all gross from it. So it's going to end up getting new grips coming up sometime. And anyway, we're going to work on draining the gas right now. We'll probably use that gas that's in here in something else.
Yeah, like a lawnmower.
But it's also a good sign that the gas doesn't smell varnishy. That means that the pump and all the lines aren't full of varnish or like really thick, sludgy fuel from breaking down over the years. Because fuel does not typically last this long if it was that old of gas. So it's just the way the fuel is made, it just kind of like goes bad within a few months or a year at least. Right, we're gonna finish doing this part and go on to something else here. All right, well, here's the gas we just got taken out. We all know this is a 2-gallon container, I think, and then yeah,
it's a little yellow.
It's yellowish, but it doesn't smell bad. So
it's not real bad. I mean, it's not as bad as some gas. It's not good.
It should be more clear than that.
It should not be yellow.
Yeah, so we're gonna probably use this in something else. It'll still burn.
We can blend this into a car or something.
Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to show that. So we got all the bad gas out. It was like a little over 2 gallons, like 3, I think, somewhere in there. We're gonna put in 91 octane. Maybe that gas didn't go bad as quick as it could have since it was maybe premium gas, because they all go bad at different rates. Like, we got regular ethanol, which we don't like to run on our bikes. Kind of goes bad real quick and comes up and ruins things. And then 91 octane, the higher premium stuff, non-alcohol, which we usually run in all of our bikes as much as we possibly can. And then you got aviation gas, which I don't think that that's what this was, but that stuff really lasts a long time, and it's really good stuff. And you can't just get that anywhere, But we're gonna put in seafoam, which is an additive where you put in fuel to help stabilize it and make it better again, kind of in a way. And the can usually tells you how much to put in. So
1 ounce per gallon.
1 ounce per gallon. So we're putting in 5. So we're putting in 5 ounces of seafoam. And the can kind of looks like this here. We use this stuff quite often. Most of our vehicles kind of don't need to have it really because they don't really sit around much, but
put it in first.
Yeah, so that way when we put the fuel in next, it kind of like dilutes it and
mixes up well,
and it washes out whatever remaining bad fuel is in there. We're going to call it bad fuel because it's old, but yeah, dilutes it out and makes for a better fuel mixture. All right, we're going to put the new fuel in here. That's a lot more clearer, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish filling this up and we'll be right back.
And it shook when we were doing that.
Yeah, we just shook it up a little bit. When the Road Glide here came out in '98, this was actually a new model for '98, Road Glide, but this is actually a reincarnation in a way of a FLHT that actually exists. FLT that actually existed in the early '80s, or known as a Tour Glide, like he said. And in fact, that was one of my dad's first Harleys was a Tour 80 Tour Glide. So this is kind of bittersweet that I kind of got the same looking kind of bike in a way that he had when he first got a Harley. I mean, this isn't, of course, my first Harley, you know what I mean, but it's just that this is actually a revamp of the original Tour Glide, like I was just trying to say, which was a shovel head engine. And when in '98, when this came out, it had an Evo, and then in '99 it got the twin cam, and just a bunch of different things throughout the years. And now it's still a very popular bike. They're still around. They didn't get canceled after a few years like the T's did, the Tour Glides. So yeah, exciting. So I think we're getting ready to put the battery in here pretty soon and see if this thing starts up. We're sitting pretty good with what we're working with right now so far. That's the main motor oil look like right there. It's kind of darkish. We'll probably drain fluids before we go start this, like we were talking about. So we'll drop the oil in the transmission and the engine for sure, and then probably the primary as well. All right, we just pulled the dipstick out here. We got this bike on the lift, and we pulled the dipstick out, and it looked like the fluid was clear. The transmission fluid was clear. We're gonna look at it again. If it's clear, I think we're gonna leave it in. Just change the engine oil for sure then.
And change this like after we run it for a while.
Yeah, because I'm probably gonna get a different cover because there's some corrosion here on this cover. And probably replace it.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty clear. It's on ad.
Because even if you wipe it, it's
nice and clear. So
that's a good sign.
It's on ad. We'll have to look in the book and see if it's supposed to be upright or if it's supposed to be on the jiffy stand.
Yeah, because that makes a difference, and some models are that way. I know soft tails are for sure that way.
Hold this right here once, and we'll see what it looks like straight up. Don't go too far.
Yeah, I got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Up. Right there.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, now it's on high. Yeah, see, so it's probably fine. I bet. I got a manual over there. We'll look.
Yep.
Okay. Set her back. Set her back.
All right. All right, so next here we're going to take off this window here, and we're going to open this up, and then we're going to be able to check our primary chain tension, and then we're going to look and see how our primary chain case fluid looks. Gear oil there that we run through this, so it takes a Torx drive here. Yeah. And sometimes they're pretty tight. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to push. I got to get a container ready because we don't know if it's over full,
Right.
or it's empty, or what was that?
A screw or something fall?
I don't know.
All right, well, in there, there's our tensioner and stuff. You can easily check it by pushing up on the top there.
Okay.
Yep. And then our oil, what's it look like?
It looks okay enough to start it and run it.
Yeah, and then when we get it running and a few miles on it, we'll probably drop
It's best to change
this
some
one
of
too.
that oil after it's been sitting for so long. It's better to start it and wash some stuff out.
Yeah. All right. We'll put that back on, I guess. We got the gasket all cleaned up and then the cover here cleaned up. And looking at my nice little cheat sheet book here, Harley torque values. It doesn't really have the primary chain tensioner window cover listed here, but it's the same size screw as the one on the Derby cover. So we usually go with like 7 to 9 foot-pounds, 9.5 to 12 foot-pounds. So we can convert 7 foot-pounds into inch-pounds. That'd be
7 times 12.
Yeah, whatever 7 times 12 is. Let's look and see what that is quick. I don't have that stuff memorized offhand. But usually when it does inch-pounds, it'll specify. The nanometers is the N and M, and then there's parentheses, which is, that's what that is, the 9.5 to 12 nanometers. And then 7 to 9 foot-pounds, because if it's inch-pounds, it'll list it in this book.
84.
So 84 inch-pounds.
Starts at 50. 80 is way up here. Ooh. There's 80. 81. 82, 83, 84. Oh. No, I need them happy.
There we go, we got it set.
Oops. I gotta hold it. There it is.
Yeah, make sure it's in there.
There it is.
All right. That's good. Now we'll go over to the oil, the main engine oil. Okay, so I kind of remember this bike from years ago. It's kind of funny because it's got the original Harley shop insignia on here. They put these on all the new bikes when we got them in, and it still has it on here. Either he made point to keep it on here, or it just happened to stay on there all these years for 21 years.
Never fell off.
So that's the Harley shop insignia, like I was saying. Let me just take this off of here. We're gonna open this up and get ready to drain the oil. So.
Yeah.
All right, now the next part's very vital because there's 2 drain plugs down here that are right next to each other, and you got to make sure you open the right one. So we're gonna get looking at that in a second.
That's how it is.
Yeah, so they're both down there and they're real close to each other. One does the engine, main engine
this
oil.
This is the transmission, and I think the motor is. That's a bolt, I think.
Yeah, so one of them, yeah, because there's a big,
Here.
big pan under
Here's
here.
the pan. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is right. That's the oil sender. This one here is the oil pan. This one right here
There it is. Yep.
is the transmission. See, it goes all the way up into the transmission.
And
This
you
one
can
right
kinda,
at the end.
You can kind of trace it because you can kind of tell where it's coming from. But
I got to get rid of all this dirt first.
yeah,
Until I drove it on some gravel here.
yeah, and then the engine oil one's up over there, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's up over.
Otherwise, you end up dropping the wrong fluid, and then we got to change drainage fluid anyway.
Yeah.
So
And we don't want to waste it because we're going to take that cover off later.
yeah, so we'll clean this up real quick and then get ready to drop the oil. All right, so then we got a wrench on there. It's 5/8. It also has a provision for an Allen on the inside, but it's full of stuff, and usually they are full of stuff. So
Lift it up. Once you get it cracked loose,
Yep.
then I won't be able to. I need a short. Get it out of my hand here pretty quick. There's an O-ring in there, so.
There it goes. All right, here's our oil draining. Well, we'll come back a little bit here after it drains, and we'll go on to the next few steps here. All right, so with draining the oil here, we're still waiting a little bit. It's got some nice stuff on it for period-ish from the early 2000s. It's got Vance & Hines drag pipes on it, long shots, which I like. I have them on my Softail. I like how they sound, so I'm probably going to leave that. I'm going to leave a lot of the stuff that's on this bike the kind of the way he had it, or the way it was, kind of in a way, but I might make some changes here and there. But anyways, it's also on the oil filter here. It's one of them types that you can take apart and clean, but we're probably gonna, just for purposes now, we're gonna take that one off and probably either clean it out, or we're gonna either put a different filter on it. I'm not sure yet. We haven't decided yet. But the self-learning brain box is right here. It's at the Daytona sensor, and it says that it's ready to go, and it does its own thing throughout its time when it runs, so we don't have to worry about that. That's pretty nice, because otherwise when you do any modifications to a injected engine on Harley, you have to take it to the dealership to have them do brain work on it, you know what I mean? Brain surgery. Make it work, function properly, so it can communicate air-fuel mixture properly. But this one is one of them styles that learns on its own, so we'll see if that still works, and still works great.
It's got oxygen sensors in it.
Oh yeah, oxygen sensors also, they've had to be added, which is nice.
There's one in the front pipe up here by the head, right here.
Okay, yep.
And then there's one, should be one in the other pipe.
Yeah, right here.
Down somewhere else.
We can see it right here. Also, I'm looking around on the bike. He's got progressive rear shocks. You don't have the cover, the saddlebag off to see it, but you can kind of see it back here. They're not the standard stock air shock like Harley would have. This is a different style. They look pretty nice. Those are usually pretty good. All right, so the oil's all finished draining, and we took the plug. We looked at the plug, and it didn't have really any filings on it. And the O-ring looks in good shape. You always check that stuff before putting it back together. And there is the Allen opening there that I was talking about. We got it all nice and cleaned out. So now we're going to be able to, let's go ahead and put it in there. Got it started a little bit there. There we go.
What's that?
No, I'm talking over here. All right, so then use the ball driver to run it in most of the way. All right, tighten it up. Dang. There we go. There we go, it's tight.
We'll see if we
We're working on taking this filter off. This is one of them cartridge type ones where you clean it out like I was saying, but the problem with these is getting them off, and you gotta have like a special tool to get it off. It has wrench flats on there, but
we don't have it.
we don't have the tool to get it off. So we'll probably get this one off and then put a different filter on for now.
I gotta get an extension and a...
But anyways, we're gonna use this strap device here and try to get it off that way. hopefully sometimes they get stuck on there really well, so hopefully we can get it loose. We we tried the different special tools you use to take filters off, and none of them seem to fit that. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah.
oh, look at there, no problem.
There we go. Ooh, leave it tight yet.
Yeah, we don't want to pour
I
all
gotta
over the
get
bike.
thing. I gotta get the thing in there. And another pan.
There we are. Got that in there now.
I gotta put the
Hose back on it.
hose back on it. If I can get it on it. It's up here. I'm gonna put it away. Might need a needle nose. Hold it. There it is. There's that. I thought I had left it loose. There it goes. Uh-oh, we're draining somewhere else.
Yeah, it's coming out the.
Here, put this up. We'll catch it wherever then.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's right there. It's there now. We're good. The majority of it's coming out the end here, but I think it's going past the front too.
If it wasn't so long-winded, it probably would be better.
Should come off now. Looks like it's.
There it goes.
All right. Well, here's the oil filter. It has a larger thread-on piece here for the for this to go on, and see, you gotta put an adapter over top the original threaded piece that's on the filter housing there, mount, and to put the original type filters back on, we'd have to take that one off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just open this up. It's a pretty good filter. It's got a nice screen filter. It's got a magnet built into it. The deal with as long as it has a valve in it for the anti-siphoning device, right? That would be the only downfall
Sure,
of
it's
this if it
got
doesn't
it.
have that.
It's got it.
Because that's why we run the 99A style filters in all twin cams. Because of, you can't run like the older style with the Evo filters in it because of that anti-siphoning device. That's the whole deal with that 99A filter.
Spring. Here's your filter.
We'll just take it over to the parts washer and clean it out. It's not a big deal.
Just wash it up.
Then we'll check it out. Now we got the filter all cleaned up, nice and shiny, clean looking. And we're gonna put it back together now. It takes a big old retaining ring that holds this all together. And it's held in place with some spots to lock it so it doesn't like just sit there and spin if it comes loose. So
Right. Gotta work it in. That's not no easy task either.
yeah, and this filter, when we had it apart, it does have a ball valve in it for the anti-siphoning device, is what we'll call that. And we did see there's a magnet in it, like we talked about earlier, and
There it is.
Yeah, this is a pretty good filter.
You hear it snap?
Yep, we'll use this. Not worried about it. I would have been worried if it didn't have that ball valve in it. I didn't know for sure, so we had to look.
It's got a giant X-ring right here. So,
You want to put oil in it first?
we
Or?
can put oil in it first.
Yeah, we usually do on filters.
But
So we put just a little bit of oil in it for a taste. Otherwise it'd start pouring out as soon as they tilt it on its side. It probably already is right now. So it's a nice free-flowing filter. And you put a little oil on the X-ring as well.
we probably should look up a wrench for this.
Yeah. We'll have it off in the... Well, I don't know, we'll put some miles on this once it gets running. Or we're going to find out once it's running how well it runs for sure. And then we'll decide how soon we need to like do anything else to it or whatever. But I know I'm going to change some stuff over for my own personal tastes. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to leave most of the stuff that he had on here alone. Okay, ready to put oil in. We're going to use Mobil 1 V-Twin Synthetic 2050. This stuff's really good stuff for V-Twin air-cooled engines. So, it's a 4-quart system with a little bit in the oil filter, which don't really make a difference. I should have broke all these loose first. These quarts. I'll do that quick here. Alright, we're going to get the oil in here and we'll check it and then we'll do the next step here coming up. Put Barry in possibly. Well, he's finishing up the oil there. Another thing is once we get this thing running, I'm going to be tempted to ride this thing. I just know it. So I'm going to do a couple of checks here and things you want to do while the bike that's been sitting around for a while. Is these tires. These tires, you want to make sure you use tires that haven't been ran for a while, aren't hard as a rock, and these are all soft. We can feel it, and we want to check for weather check, like any sort of cracks and stuff. And I did not see anything when I was looking around on here, either on the front or the rear one right here.
There is a date code on it.
Yeah.
We're going to look that up.
But yeah, if we can find out how old this tire is. He said it wasn't put on too long ago, but tires go bad whether they're being run or not because they're, they biodegrade in the way they break down. So anyways, we're gonna just make sure that before I go out and go riding and then all of a sudden have a problem because I was overlooking something. And I don't want anyone to do that either. But other thing is the pads looked good too. This is another thing you want to check on a new to you bike or a bike that is been sitting around for a while, because sometimes brake pads delaminate and they break off of the metal part. So these looked like they had a lot of pad life yet, and so we should be good there. And both the front and the rear brake both are right there when I push on it. So the book says you check the oil on the Jiffy stand, so we're doing that right now. So we got it's sitting over without the 2x4 that we had it sitting on.
Yeah, and it's full.
And so it shows full. All right.
We should be fine.
I guess now we move on to our next thing we need to do.
Put a battery in it.
Yeah. So on the previous video where we talked about getting off the trailer, and I think I talked about a little bit of the engine work that had happened. I know that they went to a 95-inch, and I know that the heads are different. They've been ported. I'm not sure the extensive of any of that. I don't remember any of that. I can always contact him and talk to him about it. But I believe that they were ported, and instead of being polished, they were roughed up so that the fuel would turbulate more. Fuel air mixture would turbulate more going into the intake combustion chamber. So I think that's a lot of people are doing that now. I know polishing's popular too, but the theory of it turbulating or getting all, tumbling around, makes it mixed in with the air a lot better, and it will in turn have a better combustion in the engine. So I believe that's what the case was. Anyway, we're gonna get ready to lower this, and I think I covered pretty much everything on this. So we're gonna get it lowered and put the battery in next. There we are. We're just finishing up putting the battery in. You don't want to over tighten these because these are just lead, and then this is the hold down piece here. We got that tightened down. This is AGM battery, kind of a cheap Walmart one, but anyway, it's it works. It'll work. Here we go. We got it all hooked up.
Okay. Well,
I guess let's see what happens here.
yeah. Where's the trip?
Isn't it? Let's here. Hold on. Right here, isn't it? Oh, I don't know offhand anymore, I guess.
Because it's not on.
Right.
It's not on full miles. It's
on your trip. Anyway, I thought it was just back here.
I thought so too.
Oh, it's over here on this side. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's right here on the thing. So. It's not working right or something.
Is it? Oh, there. Oh.
We might have to mess with it. I don't feel a little button you push. I just feel a little rubber thing going in and out.
Oh, trip. Must not.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. Well,
so,
should we try it?
yeah, let's try it out. There's a fuel pump line priming.
Yeah. It's in neutral.
There we go. It's running.
It ran bad at first because of all the old gas was in the line and in the injector.
Yeah, I had
And it took for a while to run it out. It's like almost like if it had a carburetor, it had to run that fuel out.
Yeah, we couldn't really drain. We didn't really. It wasn't easy to drain that part. So, well, I kind of want to get out and ride it, but we're gonna have to wash it first. Yeah. But anyway, I could ride it like this. Put the seat on, but
Get it warmed up, ride it, wash it, and then do something with it.
yeah. So anyway, I guess now we'll just get it washed up here. Come back and see what it looks like at the end here. Well, we're digging through the saddlebag here, and we're going to take out the extra parts that are in here and put them with the rest of the stuff. But we've got the actual owner's manual that's in there too.
It's supposed to be in
I'm
here.
going to put it in there. But we also found in the saddlebag was this oil filter wrench we could have used on the oil filter earlier. That's kind of funny. This fits it and everything. So I'm going to leave this out so it'll be easy to use next time. So anyway, so we're going to get ready to move this outside and get it washed up. Got the Road Glide all washed up there, you just saw a minute ago, and then we moved it in here to the shop again. And now we're going to, well, I air dried it with our air compressor, blew all the wetness off it. It's pretty much dry now, so I'm going to work on waxing it and using some black Restore stuff by Mother's. We're going to see how well that works up here. I'll go grab the bottles here and show you. So here's the back to black stuff, the trim and bumpers and stuff. And I'm going to work on using this on this black plastic up here and see if I can get it to come back a little bit. And then the actual wax I'm just going to use. Got a bunch of different waxes, but I'm just going to grab with this wax and use this turtle wax. And then we'll see what it looks like at the end. Well, there we are. We got it all waxed up. It's all nice and shiny again. And with using the wax on all the chrome and all the paint, it kind of protects it. You know, the paint ain't perfect, but this is a 21-year-old motorcycle, and I'm just going to be a rider. I'm going to ride all the time. Well, when I go on big trips anyway. I still like my British bikes for buzzing around. Anyway, cleaned up really nice. This will probably be the end of this segment. And anyways, I used that black stuff there. It kind of got it darker, but still got some gray hue to it in spots. But some of the stuff, oops, a little bit left there. Anyway, a lot of it cleaned up, looks a little bit darker. I maybe have to keep working on that. Otherwise, a lot of the black looks really nice yet. And anyways, I think there'll be another segment coming up on this bike. Anyway, you can kind of see how nice and shiny this chrome really turns out when you really wax it and get it cleaned up. It's not all pitted and scratched and stuff like a lot of it happens throughout the years. So it's really good shape here everywhere on it. But there is, like I said, paint flaws here and there. But I'm not too worried about it. So, overall look of the bike here. It's also got a plug-in here to help charge the battery. The charger is now fully green now, so it's good to ride. So maybe that'll happen in the next video. This tour pack, I'm probably going to leave it on. And it's fully adjustable and detachable, so I can always take it off if I don't want it on there. But in the next segment, I'll probably install all of my personal items I want to put on the bike. Different grips, we'll be putting them on. Anyways, hope you enjoyed everything, and we'll see you next time.